Hey everyone, welcome back to Exposed, Scandalous Files of the Elite. I'm your host, Jim Chapman, and we are back with the Murdaugh series. Now, the last time that we left you regarding Becky Hill, she had resigned from the Colleton County Clerk of Court elected position that she held, and she was feeling some massive pressure. It wasn't too long after, as a matter of fact, on June 28th of 2023, that shit really hits the fan for Becky Hill when the state of South Carolina's Ethics Commission opens an investigation into Becky Hill. Forget this, 76 counts of ethics violations. Now, it's very lengthy, obviously, so I'm not going to go into it and read you every word of this thing, but I'm going to sum it up for you, and I'm going to start with the letter that was received on June 26th of 2023 to the South Carolina Ethics Commission. And it reads, this is a written statement of, and it redacts out who actually wrote the statement, regarding the unethical behavior of the Colleton County Clerk of Court, Becky Hill. Hill is the elected clerk of court and was in office at the time of the Murdaugh trial. Since the beginning of the trial, Hill has utilized her authority, the Colleton County Courthouse, and taxpayers' money outside of the routine scope of court business. Through interviews with very immediate sources, Hill admits she planned to write a book as soon as she discovered the Murdaugh case would be adjudicated in Colleton County. Hill also used her position to make contacts prior to the trial so they could assist her in this endeavor. These admissions can be discovered in local news sources and social media posts. During the Murdaugh trial, Hill used her political position and authority to obtain confidential information and digital images of the defendant and others during the trial. At the conclusion of the trial, Hill was interviewed by members of Netflix and was responsible for releasing unredacted body camera footage. On the second anniversary of the Murdaugh murders, June 9th of 2023, Hill appeared in a news article on WalterboroughLive.com. In this article, she acknowledged the release of her book, Behind the Doors of Justice. In this article, Hill claims the book will detail interactions with Murdaugh, attorney tensions, witnesses, and jurors. I submit that releasing this information to the public could have an adverse effect in upholding the conviction of Murdaugh in the event of an appeal. It is well known Hill allows guided tours of the Colleton County Courthouse during normal business hours for, quote, donations. This information has been made on Facebook posts. In some of the posts, several citizens are seen posing for pictures in the holding cell Murdaugh occupied during the trial. Hill tells attendees the donations are to replace the front windows of the courthouse. It's also known a male tourist wrote a check to Colleton County in the amount of $100 as a donation for the tour. Hill later ordered a staff member to alter the check by striking through Colleton County and adding her name to that check. Hill then deposited that check into her personal checking account. These donations are unaccounted for as there are no receipts being issued, and it is unknown what financial institution and account the donations are being held in. On June 2nd of 2023, Hill permitted Hampton County author Michael DeWitt to promote, sell, and sign copies of his newly released book, quote, Wicked Hampton County. He did this inside the main courtroom of the Colleton County Courthouse during business hours. DeWitt posted this information on Facebook, and it was also published on BluffingtonToday.com. In the post, DeWitt indicates, I will be selling and signing copies of Wicked Hampton County and talking about the South Carolina Lowcountry rich, but often wicked history this Friday, June 2nd, during tours of the Colleton County Courthouse from 9 a.m. to noon and from 2 p.m. to 4. And doing it again on June 16th. Wicked Hampton County is already a bestseller among true crime new releases on Amazon, but this will be a great way to hear some of those wicked stories firsthand and meet the author, along with Colleton County Clerk of Court, Becky Bloom Hill and her staff. This post by DeWitt is demonstrative as it admits routine court business being interrupted on multiple days for several hours to permit Hill and her staff to interact with visitors while abandoning their duties and allowing the courthouse to be utilized for commerce. During this tour, Hill is also verbally promoting her book. Hill has also permitted her staff members to leave work before the close of business to allow members of Netflix to set up equipment at the courthouse for the purpose of filming footage for an upcoming Netflix series. As of June 14th, 2023, there was a post in the Facebook group Murdoch Murders Case Discussion. In that post, there was a digital image of Alex Murdaugh resting on a bed with a book inside a holding cell. This post was uploaded by Melissa Gordon, photographer of Behind the Walls of Justice. Gordon stated this image was taken from the security camera monitor during the deliberations and minutes before Murdoch's conviction. This shows Becky Hill permitted Gordon unimpeded access to the Colleton County Courthouse and facilitated her in taking digital images that no other citizen was permitted to have. Gordon was also allowed into the courthouse every day of the trial, even though it was admitted that there was a limited amount of seating for spectators and that entrance was permitted on the first-come, first-served basis. In the post, there was a link to additional images. When the reader clicks on the link, it takes the reader to, quote, Behind the Doors of Justice website where Hill's book can be purchased. As the days passed and Hill continued to participate in interviews with multiple sources, she admitted to formulating a plan to write her book when she heard the trial would be held in Colleton County. She also admitted to meeting Melissa Gordon at the beginning of the trial and discovered she was a photographer. Gordon was soon hired to be the photographer for Hill's book. This information can be found by listening to the podcast Impact of Influence, episode 130, a behind-the-scenes look at the Murdaugh trial. During the Murdaugh trial, Clerk of Court Becky Hill has unethically and potentially unlawfully used her political office to obtain and release confidential information. She has used her office and misallocated funds to promote her book and the book written by Michael DeWitt. Hill has neglected the office of the Clerk of Court to take several trips to promote her book and meet with Netflix to secure her position in the upcoming series. Hill's actions have displayed she's unfit to hold the office of Clerk of Court. And it's signed by the person who wrote that. So after this investigation, as I said, the Ethics Commission does open an investigate and charges Becky Hill with those 76 counts. The documents are very lengthy. As a matter of fact, they're 25 pages of allegations. I'm not going to go over all that individually, but you did hear some of those accusations in that letter I just read you. And that's pretty damning. And if you'll remember, on September 5th of 2023, 6 months after the verdicts were announced, Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin, they filed that motion publicly that was accusing Hill of jury tampering. However, I played for you Hill's testimony as well as the verdict in that hearing, and it didn't go anywhere, which was shocking to me. So, of course, that pressure was on. Of course, she would eventually resign. Now, her reasoning, as she stated it, for resigning was she wanted to spend more time with her husband, children, grandchildren, etc. But come on, we all know the truth on that, I would think, at least in my opinion. So the Ethics Commission, they get all this, they start investigating, they release the 76 counts against Becky Hill. And then during all of this, they decide there's enough here that Becky Hill may have done some criminal shit. So we're going to turn all this evidence over to the state of South Carolina and SLED and see about some criminal charges being placed here. So the Attorney General's office takes that case, and the ethics hearing was delayed. It was postponed really indefinitely until this criminal investigation is complete. And it may surprise you to know that, guess what? As of today, no criminal investigation has been closed yet, and this has been going on the entire year of 2024 and what is coming up on half the year of 2025. No criminal charges have been placed yet. As a matter of fact, the investigation is still ongoing in this case. Why is it taking so long? Well, I'm going to submit to you just my opinion. In my opinion, the state of South Carolina is in a very tough spot, and I'll tell you why. If they find Becky Hill guilty of criminal violations, then how can you say that Alex Murdaugh got a fair trial? How can you say Becky Hill was guilty of criminal violations for interfering in that trial, but yet Alex Murdaugh got a fair trial? The answer is, in my opinion, you can't say both things. Both things can't be true in that scenario. Inside the South Carolina justice system right now is in what you might say a pretty big fucking pickle. And that's why I think it's taken so long. And also, interestingly enough, Becky Hill's son, Colt Hill, he's facing criminal wiretapping charges after intercepting communications of a county employee, which could result in additional legal consequences for Becky Hill's family. Just a wild chain of events here. But I'll definitely keep you posted as information comes out. And I've got a couple of other things I want to cover with you that are Alex Murdaugh related. One is an article that came out about Alec starting a brawl at a strip club way back in 1993, in which deputies had to drive him home. And I want to cover this with you. It's pretty crazy. It says, in the early morning hours of February 28th, 1993, Alex Murdaugh, now 53, was accused of starting a violent brawl at a strip club on Hilton Head Island. At least 2 men were injured during the fight. 3 men were charged with public disorderly conduct. Alec, who was 25 at the time and enrolled at the University of South Carolina School of Law, was one of those men, but he was not taken to jail. Around midnight, a group of Alex Murdaugh's friends went to the bar at Cadillac Club to order more drinks, but the bartender decided it was time to cut them off. They appeared intoxicated, so I refused to serve them, the bartender wrote in his statement to deputies. They were somewhat belligerent. Immediately after, Alex Murdaugh decided he needed another drink. Another gentleman approached the bar, a tall, heavy redhead, the bartender wrote. He asked for another beer, and I refused him service as well because he appeared intoxicated. The redheaded gentleman became abusive, and I asked him to leave. But Alec allegedly wouldn't go, so the bartender called over 2 bouncers to escort him out of the club. The bouncers, both in their early 20s, attempted to remove Alex from the establishment. Once the gentlemen reached the doors, one of them wrote about Alec. He instantly became more aggressive and was asking in certain words to fight. Another employee of the club noticed that the bouncers tried to get, quote, the guy with red hair outside, but he refused to go. Then he started to get all his friends all riled up. This is when the bouncers were bum rushed by 10 to 15 of Alex Murdaugh's friends. They began to push and shove, and it became extremely violent. There were 3 to 4 men pushing, shoving, and swinging at me. All of the men were highly intoxicated, and I did not know who had bottles or weapons and who was going to attack me from behind, one of the bouncers wrote. The bouncer was then clocked on the back of the head by one of Alex's friends. He turned around and punched the dark-haired gentleman, who was an apparent friend of Alex's, in the face. The bartender, who had refused to serve Alec and his friends, saw what was happening. He secured his cash box and went to help the bouncers, one of whom called 911. Another employee wrote he heard verbal threats being made and saw one of the bouncers get thrown against a window. The employee said he grabbed the man responsible for assaulting the bouncer and pushed him against the wall. A sergeant with the Marines stationed on Paris Islands was also at Cadillac's that night and witnessed the brawl. He wrote in his statement to deputies that were there that it was a big mix-up of fighting men in the lobby of the club. The bouncer was telling the problem guys to leave, but they were rowdy and didn't want to, so they had to force them out, and one of them hit a window and started trouble as the smaller bouncer was swung at, and the bouncer avoided the swing and retaliated with a nice punch, and the drunk got what he deserved. The bouncers were in the right and the customers were in the wrong in this case. Deputies arrived shortly after being called. Emergency medical personnel were called to the scene to tend to Alec's friend who was punched in the face by a bouncer and bleeding. That friend, a 27-year-old man from Mount Pleasant, refused medical aid but later said he wanted his friends to take him to the hospital. A deputy was sent to Hilton Head Hospital to wait for the man's arrival, but according to reports, the man never arrived. The man, who was identified as the man that assaulted the bouncer, was ticketed and charged with public disorderly conduct. Neither him nor Alec were arrested. Another man, a 27-year-old from Columbia, was charged with public disorderly conduct as well, but was taken to jail. The report does not detail what this man allegedly did, nor does it note whether he was part of Alec's group. After the deputies broke up the fight, Alec was issued his ticket. A deputy patrolman, First Class Walter Criddle, drove him home, according to the report. Murdoch was not able to drive, nor was he able to obtain a ride home, the deputy noted. According to the report, Alex lived in the Varnville area at the time, a 67-mile, 1 hour and 20-minute drive from Hilton Head. At the time, the sheriff of the Beaufort County was DJ Lucas. Alec and the other two men charged that night were scheduled for a hearing on March 29th of 1993. The report does not include copies of the tickets that were issued, nor does it note the outcomes of the cases. A background check done on Alex Murdaugh through Nexus noted that the charge was dismissed on March 25th of 1993. Murdoch graduated from law school just over a year later and was admitted to the South Carolina bar in November of 1994. So Alex Murdaugh, even in his younger college days, was a pretty aggressive individual. And who would have thought some 30 years later what would happen in his life? Now, a lot of you have messaged me and asked me how Alex Murdaugh's life is behind bars as far as the interactions with other inmates. Of course, we play you those Jailhouse phone calls, and you know he does cover some things on those phone calls that we played you that everyone seems to love when I drop those. But what are people saying that are actually behind bars with Alex Murdaugh? What are the correctional officers saying? Well, apparently he's pretty powerful behind bars, like he was in real life. And I'm going to reference the following article from Fit News. It really covers that in detail. And it says the enigmatic life of Alex Murdaugh, allegations of incarceration influence. It starts out, recent allegations suggest that Alex Murdaugh, the disgraced former attorney sentenced to life in prison, may be exerting significant influence within the prison system. Reports indicate that he has established a gambling operation behind bars, utilizing his extensive commissary account, legal acumen, and prior political connections to build alliances with fellow inmates. On March 3rd of 2023, Murdaugh received his sentence from the Circuit Court Judge Clifton Newman after being convicted of the brutal murders of his wife Maggie and his son Paul on June 7th of 2021 at the Moselle hunting estate in South Carolina. Despite the finality of his conviction, recent developments surrounding allegations of jury tampering by former Colleton County Clerk Becky Hill have cast a shadow over the integrity of the trial. Legal expert Amy Zmroczek, who has closely followed the case, recently shared insights on Surviving the Survivor podcast, declaring he is running that place. Her comments highlight the apparent power dynamics at play within the South Carolina Department of Corrections, where Murdaugh is reportedly thriving in his new environment, reminiscent of his time at the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center when he was awaiting his trial. Murdaugh was originally detained at the infamous Alvin S. Glenn facility in Columbia after being indicted in connection with the September 2021 shooting incident. His transition to prison life appears to have been seamless, with Zmroksek suggesting that he has continued to operate with a level of authority among inmates. According to her, Murdoch is allegedly managing a gambling ring that involved card games and betting, further solidifying his status among inmates. While she provided details regarding Murdoch's whereabouts within the prison, our outlet will refrain from disclosing specific information about inmates in protective custody. Quote, "He's living it up in there," she emphasized, indicating that Murdoch has adapted remarkably well to life behind bars. This adaptability raised questions about his involvement in organized gambling, a theory that has long surrounded the financial mismanagement and theft allegations linked to Murdoch. So, not much different for him on the inside. One thing he has always been known for was his ability to handle himself. And as I just talked about earlier, he liked to fight physically, and he was a big guy, 6'4", 250 plus pounds. So how would he handle himself in prison? Has he done any fighting behind bars? Well, as a matter of fact, yes. I'm going to reference an article from People magazine that is pretty interesting, and it's entitled, "Why Did Alex Murdaugh Reportedly Get Into a Jailhouse Brawl?" Alex Murdaugh was awaiting trial for the 2021 murders of his son and wife when he got into a fight with a convicted sex offender by the name of Robert Drayton. Alex Murdaugh stuck up for his niece when he got into a jailhouse brawl with a fellow inmate who was ultimately convicted of sexually assaulting her when she was in college, the niece said. Quote, "My uncle and my attacker had gotten into a fight in jail," Mary Elizabeth Murdoch, 23, said during a TEDx talk at the American University of Paris that was posted on YouTube. Alec, who is 55, got into the brawl with Robert Drayton, who was 42, in the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center in Columbia, South Carolina, when Alec was awaiting trial for the June 2021 shooting deaths of his wife Maggie and son Paul. Drayton was arrested in May of 2021 for breaking into Mary Elizabeth's apartment at 4 a.m. on April 2021 when she was a student at the University of South Carolina, police said. He broke her nose, tried to strangle her, and then raped her before she was able to escape. In 2023, he was sentenced to life in prison for first-degree burglary and 30 years each for kidnapping and criminal sexual conduct. The jailhouse fight allegedly erupted when Drayton confronted Murdoch. Quote, "They put this guy in the same pod at the Alvin S. Glenn as Alec," a source who spoke with Alec said about the fight. "They were out in an open area together, and the guy comes up to Alec and tried to explain how Alec's family is framing him and then just started a fight. Both of them got real banged up," the source said. The jail was somewhat chagrined that they had gotten them together. They were never put together again. I guess they weren't. Mary Elizabeth revealed the fight between her uncle and her attacker while talking about the tools she has used to overcome trauma in her life during that TEDx talk. "I watched the biggest heartbreak of my life turn into entertainment for millions," she said. So there you have it. Alex Murdaugh fighting in prison, and look, not coming out on the bad side of that. And hey, that guy was a sex offender. Good for him getting his ass kicked by Alex Murdaugh. A former cellmate has also come out and he discussed the life of Murdaugh behind bars, and here's how that read. The ex-dorm mate of Alex Murdaugh said the disgraced convicted killer ran prison and got whatever he wanted. The Murdoch murder case captivated the country. Once a prominent attorney, 55-year-old Alex Murdaugh will now spend the rest of his life behind bars for killing his wife Maggie and young son Paul in Colleton County, South Carolina. An ex-dorm mate reached out to 11 Live's Cody Alcorn and asked to remain anonymous for security concerns. The ex-dorm mate said the building housed about 30 inmates at the time of his release last year. The inmates are put into this unit for several reasons, including being former law enforcement, the notoriety of the inmate or case. Their crimes involve children and inmates who helped prosecutors convict co-defendants. So it's basically a jail for snitches, people who are high profile, things of that nature. And those do exist in every state. Usually if you see a police officer, for example, get charged with a crime and they go to prison, they don't put them in general population with regular convicts and inmates because they will get killed quick. So they have specific prisons for those people. And the dorm mate continued on. He said, "This guy, man, you would not believe the way they treat this guy. It was during the first week that the inmates got a preview of how life behind bars for Murdoch was going to be inside the South Carolina Department of Corrections." He said, "We have tablets in SCDC. It takes about 60 days to get a tablet, to get your first tablet, and they're always used." He said most are not in good shape, recounting his tablet actually had a cigarette burn on it. He said on the first Monday of rec, which is the time when inmates can leave their cells, an employee walked over to Murdoch and handed him a brand new tablet. He explained it was still in the box with the clear film on the cover. He said nobody else ever got that. Murdoch's tablet was recently taken away, according to the prison, after Alec was convicted of 2 internal disciplinary charges: abuse of privileges and unauthorized use of an inmate's PIN number. Those charges involved providing information to be delivered to the news media for an interview and using a fellow inmate's PIN number to make a phone call. These charges violate SCDC's inmate interview policy and their policy against inmates sharing PIN numbers. They are not a violation of law, but a violation of the prison policy. When it comes to Murdoch using his prison phone, his ex-dorm mate said the prison employees once again would give him special treatment. He recalled right after Murdoch got into the unit, he would send an email that was leaked and exposed his exact location, which was published by a news outlet. Until that report was released, the statewide protective custody unit's location wasn't disclosed to the public for security reasons. When you look up an inmate who is in protective custody, it lists their location as undisclosed compared to inmates in general population, where it will list what facility they are being housed at. Because he, Murdoch, did that, the prison took all our tablets down because they had to revamp the email system. He said during the 21-day period, the tablets were down. They couldn't communicate with anyone other than by 3 phones on a wall in a common area. What they were doing was letting him out after we got locked down to use those wall phones, he said. He said inmates were only allowed to use those wall phones during rec, and again pointed out there were close to 30 guys in that unit and only 3 phones. So by the time you got around to using one of those phones, it was time for lockdown again. The ex-dorm mate said no one would complain outside of one another because Murdoch would use his money as leverage when it came down to the canteen items. And the other reason is because you don't want to be labeled a snitch while you're locked up. He said inmates are allowed to spend up to $150 a week on canteen items. Murdaugh would get his $150 every week. And there's a lot of guys in there that are indigent and they work hard, clean cells, do laundry to just get a bag of coffee. He said Murdoch would buy things on Canteen that everybody likes, including things like soda, coffee, and food, and then he would just hand them out, which he said is how he kept everyone under him like a hierarchy. This guy gets up in the morning and plays chess for a couple of hours with an inmate. Then he has a guy who does his laundry. I mean, everyone caters to him. He said Murdoch used his law background to help other inmates, but not for free. Quote, he does legal work for the guy who makes the wine in the dorm, he explained. The ex-dorm mate said contraband, including drugs, are often brought into the facility. The cellmate said Murdoch is the money behind some of the contraband that comes in. One of the most expensive contraband to get smuggled in is a cell phone, he said. The going price on the outside is upwards of $2,000. He said by the time he was getting ready to be released, SCDC started cracking down on cell checks and contraband being brought into the facility. He said many of the inmates, including Murdoch, participated in drug use, which is a big problem inside the prison. And as his attorneys confirmed, Murdoch allegedly had a long history of addiction to opiates, which they said led him to spending millions, which was used as reasoning behind his alleged financial fraud charges. He described Murdoch's demeanor like he was running for fraternity president. He said it was kind of like the guy on Animal House, damn glad to meet you. He explained of Murdoch, adding he was just always overly happy. Nothing fazed him. The ex-dorm mate said Murdoch would get letters from women all over the country. He said they would also send pictures and he would show the dorm mates the letters. His ex-dorm mate recalled it by saying he thought it was hilarious. He said while Murdoch might seemingly not be fazed, he said the conditions inside the unit are deplorable. He made it clear it's not luxury, but he just couldn't believe Murdoch's demeanor for someone who lost his wife and son and who's accused of doing it himself. So that was a little look at the inside of life and Alec Murdaugh doing what he's done his whole life, right? Using his money to gain an advantage. Now, what about Moselle? Whatever happened to that property where Maggie and Paul Murdoch were killed? Well, it was actually sold in March of 2023 to two buyers who I guess partnered up on the property. Now, the asking price for the property was $3.9 million, but at auction, it actually only sold for $2.6 million. The property included a dog kennel, hunting land, and of course, the Murdoch home, several other outbuildings that are all over the property. And this property was massive, 1,700 acres. John Marvin, his brother, oversaw that sale. So there you have it. No real news beyond this so far. So for now, I'm concluding after some 27 episodes, the Murdoch series. I hope y'all have enjoyed it, but I've got a special surprise for you today, and that's another volume of the Jailhouse Phonecalls. This will be volume number 9. And I promise you, as soon as more information drops on Becky Hill in that criminal investigation that I do believe is going to take place, I believe that she's going to get criminally indicted, I'll do an episode on that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap up that Murdoch series. I'm going to continue to play those Jailhouse Phonecalls sporadically because y'all love those so much. So look for those. Thank you so much for listening. Shout out to the celebrity members on Patreon. And incidentally, it is quarterly gift time. And I've got some bomb ass quarterly gifts going your way this month. The best ones I've sent out so far, I think. So look for yours to arrive at some point in April. And if you're a top tier celebrity member, those are known as our global celebrities. And don't go anywhere. I've got another volume of Murdoch's Jailhouse Phonecalls dropping right now after I do my close for this episode. So stay right here. And until next time, for exposed, scandalous files of the elite, I'm your host, Jim Chapman. Much love.
Hey.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Did y'all have a good weekend?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm glad. Is everybody gone?
Yeah, I'm back over at Greenfield now. Or not Greenfield, OKT.
Hey, what was the Georgia-Michigan score?
Like 27-3.
Georgia killed them?
Yeah.
What was the Alabama final?
Like 31-10.
That's what I thought, something like that. You ain't gonna believe what I did. I'd finished doing my exercises, and I went to go get in the shower before the food comes. There's no officer here. And damn if I didn't lock myself out. I'm standing there with no clothes on.
I got
damn pie. I mean, I got, like, stuff over my bottom, but ain't got no damn. What y'all doing?
I'm not doing anything. I'm just hanging out, watching TV.
Did y'all have a big night?
Yeah, man, we had a good time.
I'm glad. Brooklyn gone back to her condo?
Yeah.
10-4. Anything else up?
Not particularly.
All right. Buster, we'll try to figure out what we can do about the fall.
Yeah, that's okay. I spoke to Butch yesterday, and he said we're gonna keep, asking for what we're asking for, and now I just gotta call tomorrow and see if I can keep working until then.
Do you think they're gonna let you?
I hope so.
Have you talked to Tracy?
No, Tracy can't do anything. I gotta call the CEO.
I think Tracy could help. She helped you get it, didn't she?
Every time I bring it up to her, she just says that what you got to do is call the CEO, and it's up to him. I don't know.
10-4. Have you been doing what you're supposed to do for them?
What do you mean?
Been doing a good job for them?
I think so.
I would think everything would be fine. And they haven't replaced you yet, have they?
No.
All right. I'm just sorry you're having to deal with all that.
It's okay.
It's really not. I know you say that, but it's really not okay. But anyway, we'll try to figure it out.
10-4.
Put your feet up. I hope you had a really good weekend, Jack and Rogan, okay?
Yeah, everybody's good.
You tell them I said hello?
I did.
You talked to Grandma and Papa T?
No, I haven't.
How often do you talk to them?
I don't know, maybe once or twice a week.
You do talk to them that much?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Tell them I said Happy New Year.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Tell Marvin or the kids?
Both.
Tell them all I said hello.
Okay.
Tell Lizzie that I couldn't call her. I got sidetracked and pissed off on Friday when all that went down, and I was trying to talk to Jim, and I used all my phone time. And then we went on lockdown. What time was that I talked to you, like about 4?
Well, it was a little bit earlier than that.
3:30. We went on lockdown like 45 minutes after that and didn't get back out until this morning. So I didn't. I couldn't call her to schedule. She and I have been talking about scheduling. She wanted to stop by when they went to Mary Marvin's skeet shoot.
I got you.
But tell her I just couldn't call. I got sidetracked talking to Jim and Butch about this law school stuff, and I didn't call her before we got locked down.
It's okay. I'll let her know.
All right. Is she there?
No.
Where's she?
She's at Greenfield. I think she's coming here soon.
10-4. All right, but John Marvin's there?
Yeah.
All right, well, tell everybody hello. Tell Marvin hello. She with you?
No, I'm outside. They're inside.
Well, tell them hello, okay?
All right.
All right, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Hey, bud.
Hey.
What you doing?
Nothing, about to go to Hilton Head.
What you going over there for?
To stay at Brooklyn's.
Good. Have you talked to people at your job?
Yeah, I talked to them yesterday.
What'd they say?
They said it's fine.
Well, that's good. You gonna stay in Hilton Head tonight?
Yeah, probably for the rest of the week. Playing golf tomorrow.
Who you playing with?
Some of like Brooklyn's coworkers, like husbands.
Well, that'll be fun, Bus. Where y'all playing?
Belfair.
Wow. Have you ever played Belfair?
No, I've never played any of them, actually.
You haven't?
No, just Hilton Head National.
You'll enjoy it. It's not easy, I'll tell you that. What time y'all playing?
1.
Well, that's good. I'm happy for you. Bus, how you doing on finances?
Pretty slim, but it'll be getting better.
Well, listen here. Do you want me to tell Uncle John to give you, several $1,000s, and then I'll pay him back?
No, it's just I've just had expenses, like considering I had to change my medical insurance, and then my deductible was really high to get my Dupixent, so I had to pay $500 to get my Dupixent, and now I've had to pay for. No, it's not. And then I've had to pay my apartment, but hopefully I'll move out of it this month, so that'll be $1,300 that I keep instead of changing, and then I had to pay for the storage facility a couple times.
Well, we need to get John to pay for the storage facility and then let me pay him back.
Well, I don't understand how you would.
You need to be paying. But anyway, I mean, do you want me to get him to give you just, I don't know, $4,000 or $5,000 so you just have, and you don't have to worry about expenses?
No, because I've got that much. I mean, right now my bank account, I've got $10,000.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've
got money around, and I'll be making a little bit more when I get.
Like when you go play golf, you can, if you want to, get a shirt and have a drink and have drinks or whatever at the bar and this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I mean, I've got stuff that can settle all that.
All right. Well, you just got to keep me posted because, I can get him to give you money and then pay him back.
No, I've got like close to $5,500 in one account, and then my BB account has like close to $5,000 in it.
Okay. Well, you got to keep me posted and let me know. Okay.
All right.
Everything else going okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Anything else going on?
No, not really. Yeah, what do you mean?
I don't know. You just sounded like maybe there was something.
No. I mean, that's all I've got planned for the week.
All right. Well, I'm probably gonna call you tomorrow and see how you played.
All right.
You want to take my clubs?
No, I just use mine. I don't know where yours are. I think yours are still in the Mercedes. It's still at
10-4. 10-4. All right. Well, I just wanted to say hello and I love you. Where are you now?
I'm at I'm at Entity now, and then I'm gonna run the bedding out that we used that Antler's washed back out to Chessie, and just make sure that it's still clean and all this. I might have to unload the dishwasher, and then I'll be going to Hilton Head, and I have to stop at like a golf store on the way so I can buy like a dozen balls or something like that.
Yeah. Well, good. All right, well, go have fun, and maybe I'll call y'all tonight so I can say hey to Brooklyn. Do y'all have plans tonight?
No, not that I know of.
Maybe I'll call you if I can. If not, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All right.
Deal?
Yeah.
All right, I love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Hey.
Sorry to bug you again real quick. Hey, where's Larry?
She's back at the house, which I just left.
Okay. How about call her and tell her I'm trying to get her?
Okay, what do you need from her?
I need her to put some money on a canteen.
All right.
Actually, you know what? I'll call her again. I called her twice.
No.
What?
I can shoot her a buzz. I just got to do it while I'm right here at the Exxon, because if I go any further, I'm not going to have any service.
Well, there's a guy who doesn't get Canteen, and Canteen is the commerce.
I know what it is.
It's the commerce, it's the trade. And it really helped me last week when she put it on that Lucas's account. I want her to do that one more time.
Okay, it's just, outside looking in, looks a little weird.
What do you mean?
It just looks a little weird.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, I made a deal with somebody. I give them $15. See, I can only do $60 on my account.
I understand. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying you are, man. I just really hope you're not in there doing anything you shouldn't be doing.
Oh no, I'm not doing anything. I promise you, that's not the case.
All right. Well, let me call her real quick and tell her to be on the lookout. And I would. Do you have an idea of like time in there at all?
What do you mean?
Like, are you looking at like a clock?
No, but I can.
Okay. Well, I would just count to 300 seconds and I'd give her a call.
It's 1:35.
Just wait a second. I'm gonna call her and see if I can get her, and then I would just, wait 2 or 3 minutes, call her back.
Okay, just tell her I'll call her in about 30 minutes. Be looking for my call.
All right.
All right, I love you. Thank you.
Love you too. Bye.
But hey, and I promise you, don't worry about anything.
All right.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm sorry to get Buster to stalk you.
No, it's fine. I'm sorry. Earlier, Randolph had my iPod, and I think he sent you the voicemail.
Big deal. I know you got stuff going on. How's everybody?
Everybody's good. John Marvin's about to take all the kids to go skeet shoot.
Cool. Where they gonna go?
Where are y'all going? Turkey Hill. I'm glad.
Yeah, they got a nice setup over there. Did Buster tell you about the thing? We got shut down. I couldn't call to find out when the time was.
Oh gosh, no, he didn't say that. Like another lockdown?
Yeah, I mean, with New Year's Eve and Christmas and all that, New Year's Eve, and, I mean, it was like Thursday to, I don't know, but anyway, the bottom line is when I realized when it was, I couldn't call.
No.
So, how y'all doing?
We're good. They finally go back to school tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
so tomorrow is going to be a really good day for me.
I can't see it.
It's going to be a really good day.
If they're leaving, I'm not going to bother you. You have some quiet time. But I need y'all to I need one more time y'all to put Canteen on Justin Lucas's account.
Okay. What's going on?
What?
What's going on with...
It allows me to get stuff that I need. We can only do $60. And he doesn't get Canteen, so I give him some money in return for using his account.
I gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. And keep a track of it, okay?
Okay. All right, I will.
How soon will you be able to do it?
Give me, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so.
Okay. All right. You sure you don't mind?
No, it's all good.
All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Tell the kids and John Marvin hello.
Okay, I will.
I can't wait to hear how Mary Marvin does at her skeet shoot.
We will keep you posted. Were you ever able to get the book?
Nah.
There, my mom there.
Just trying to help, but I don't think I'm gonna. I still got a long shot, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted. It's not a done deal, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I gotcha.
A damn old man. Can you hear him?
No, I heard something running. Yeah.
It starts at like 2 o'clock every morning with this bullshit. Anyway, all right. I'll call y'all later. Everything else is okay?
Yep, everything else is good.
All right. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, man.
Hello? Hey.
What you doing? That was Turkey Hill.
Yeah, man, it was all right. Mary Marvin just needed to practice a little bit before this weekend.
Did she do all the different shots?
Yeah, she did a few different ones.
Did y'all go on the sporting clay range, or y'all just went to like a skeet range?
No, we did. We kind of went to several different stations. We didn't do it all. Just a few different stations to get a few different shots.
What's her best one?
Man, any shot coming to her, she's really good at.
Yeah, those ones that go away and curve are hard.
Yeah, and the ones coming across way out at a distance, moving fast, are tough.
Yeah, like when they shoot one way and one the other.
Yeah, that's right.
That's hard. I tell you what, them rabbits are hard too.
Yeah, the rabbits are real hard.
You'd think they'd be easy.
No, you almost always shoot behind them. I mean, you got to get in front of them.
I don't know why, but I always have trouble with that. Hey, John, is Lizzie nearby?
She is.
I talked to her earlier. She was going to put some money on that account for me, and she didn't.
Okay, well, what is it?
This is where she knows what to do. The boy's name is Justin Lucas.
Okay. And what is it though?
It's putting money on. He doesn't get Canteen, so I give him some of the money, and he orders Canteen. So I'm having to order thermals and all that. I'm having to order ibuprofen because I'm exercising and my knee and my shoulder, and hell, ibuprofen's $15 on there to get a week's supply.
I got you.
So it gives me extra Canteen.
I got you. And he doesn't get one?
No, he doesn't get any. So she put it on his account. We just did it one time. We did it last week, and I'm gonna do it one more time.
Okay.
But I need her to do it right now.
All right. And what's the amount?
$60.
Okay.
And she's supposed to be keeping a track of all this so I can make sure and pay you back.
10-4. Well, I'll get her. She's putting the kids down right now, putting Randolph down for God's grace.
How long do you think she'll be?
4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, because we have we have 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
All right.
Most.
Well, I'll get her right now and ask her.
You don't mind? Buster's staying in Brooklyn's tonight, right?
Yeah, he is.
All right, well, Jim and Dick are working hard, so...
What are they working on? I mean, have all the charges been brought forward on it?
See, that's what I don't know. I don't know that yet. I don't know. I suspect that if they're doing like they've done everything else, they'll sit and wait till something else comes up and then do some more charges.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know. Have you talked to Randy since last week?
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, you know about the law firm, don't you?
No.
Yeah, the law firm has dissolved, and they're reforming under a new name.
I didn't know nothing about that. What is that?
Yes, because of all the negative publicity and all the stuff they're going through.
What is the new name?
They operate under the...
What?
Like that. It's going to be operated under the Parker Law Group.
The what?
Parker Law Group.
Very cool.
And then I think each one of them kind of opens up an LLC partnership or LLP in each partner's name and operates under the Parker Law Group heading.
I hate having to go through all that.
Yeah, but they touching, they going through all kinds of stuff.
Is there anything I can help with?
No, man. You know, I suspect when the time is right and the things that you acknowledge, I think opening up about it to the general public. There's a lot of people that just think that you kind of trust everything. Leave, you know, I mean, obviously Corey's been fired. I mean, you knew about that, didn't you?
Been what?
Corey has been fired.
Legitimately, for real, or just...
Well, I understand they've removed the name from the law firm, removed the name from the sign out front, and he's not working.
I knew he had some issues with his license, but no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's it's a temporary deal, or I'm not, I don't know, but I suspect it's more permanent.
God, man.
I just think that talk to Jim and Dick, and I think that you talking about certain things coming back and talking about it is going to make a difference. It's got to. And that's the only thing that can make a difference, I think.
What do you mean talking about what?
You know, if you've been charged with something that you did, acknowledging and accepting it and making clear who didn't do anything.
So,
but obviously only if there's something. Oh, there's people saying that the law firm's done all kinds of stuff. there's people saying, Alex, it's amazing what's going on. They're saying that the law firm has done all kinds of stuff. They're saying that Corey, Chad, Russell, Chris, you name it, and everybody's implicated. Now, this isn't coming from law enforcement, in my knowledge. This is just rumor on the street.
I mean, I said
and there's been no talk whatsoever from anybody in an official capacity. So, you know, I just think it'll make a difference.
When I talked to the court the other day, one of the things I said was, you know, my partners didn't know anything. And I said, Chris and Corey, you know.
Yeah, you know,
did they not bring any of that?
No, I meant very little of that was said because they couldn't report it. There was some of it that was brought back out, but I don't know. It's worth talking to Big and Jim about to see if, I don't even know if there's any way to give an official statement, or I don't know. They got to figure all that out of it. But they don't have the same issues that Randy and the firm and everybody else has.
They don't what?
They aren't having the same issues.
Who is it?
But it's more perception than anything at this point.
Who isn't having the same issues?
Dick and Jim. I mean, they're looking at it from a whole different perspective. You know, they're doing it from a way that they manage. That's just what they do. They know how to manage what they're handling.
I need to sit down with them and figure out what I can do. Is what I need to do.
Well, it'd be worth a conversation with them to find out, for sure. And it may not matter. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's about the only thing left. That, you know, I just don't know the manner to do it. And you only do it if it's something that you did or need to say. I mean, obviously, if it's something that you weren't involved with, you certainly say that.
Sure. All right. Thank you for letting me.
Anyway, I'll get Liz right now.
What?
What was your name?
Is Buster okay?
Buster seems to be doing okay. I talked to Bart at length today, and he says they had a good time at the Greenbone. You know, I think Buster, Papa T, and Kennedy had a night where things were a little bit somber. But for the most part, he stayed occupied with his cousins. And
Papa T and what now?
Papa T, Kennedy, and Buster had a night where they spent, you know, a few hours, just the three of them. And, you know, I think it was kind of tough on all three of them.
Because of me or because of Maggie and Paul?
Maggie and Paul in particular.
I know all about that.
Yeah.
All right. Will you talk to Lizzie real soon?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
The dude just told me we got like 2 minutes, so she's got to do it.
All right, I'll do it right now.
Can she do it right now?
Yeah, I'll get her.
Listen to this now, John Marvin. You got to remember this name. Justin.
Okay, same guy before, right?
I'm okay. If that's okay.
Yes. Well, you go ahead and do the $60
okay.
for Justin.
Justin Lucas.
Justin Lucas. She's going to, can you do it right this? It said they got 2 minutes before the deadline. Sorry.
Tell her I know she's got a lot going on, so thank you.
All right. She's going to the computer right now.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Hey.
I thought about you all day. I hope you enjoyed your peace and quiet.
Oh, my goodness. It's
2 weeks?
2 weeks, 14 days.
Well, ready out of school now?
Well, I'm about to head that way. Actually, the school nurse.
I'm sorry I was so rushed when I was calling last night and everything, but he gave me a special thing to be able to call you, so I had no time.
Gotcha. It's okay.
So you doing all right? Did you have a good day?
Yeah, I have. I fed a little bit and exercised, and I don't have to cook supper because Buster is going to be gone and Marvin's at the farm, so it's just the kiddos and me.
John's at Greenfield?
Yeah, he took some fellows there quail hunting today.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Well, So that lady never was able to get that book to you?
I haven't ever seen that lady. I don't think they let books in here. You know, I got one lady that's trying to help me, but I haven't seen her in several days.
So
I don't have to wait to get in touch with her until I see her. You know.
I gotcha.
So, anyway, well, everybody's doing good. I should have told y'all, but I didn't really think about it. But I got flustered when all that shit went on with Buster, and they changed at the last minute on that Friday. But basically, they were on lockdown because people were off, the weekend and beginning of all during Christmas and New Year's.
I gotcha. What do you mean? You got flustered with Buster with what?
Well,
about law school?
In law school. They screwed around and waited till the last minute. And anyway, I think it's probably not in Buster's best interest to go right now. But, I was hoping for the fall, but they're still working on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was dealing with that all day Friday afternoon when I could use the phone. And then we went on lockdown we've been on lockdown a lot, but we went on lockdown for New Year's, and I couldn't get to the phone to call.
So I guess it's just that the guards want to have off at that time of year on holiday?
I think they're understaffed to begin with, but they don't have, like right now, there's no guard. There's not a guard in sight. Well.
Really?
No.
Well,
so
how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've been exercising still. I can definitely tell a difference. Where I used to be soft, I ain't quite as soft as I was. I'm still soft, but not quite as soft. So I definitely cardiovascularly have definitely improved. I was in really poor shape. Very poor shape.
When you exercise, do you do it with a buddy or that's in your pod, or you just do it by yourself?
You always kill me with your questions. Do I exercise with my buddy? No. I usually try to do it in my room. So, so I don't have to do it when we can be out. I'll try to time it where I'll start 2 hours before. I've got now where it takes me about 2 hours. It takes me an hour to do those up, downs, or burpees, as you call them, and the mountain climbers. It takes me about an hour to do those 12 sets. And then I run in place, and do stuff with my arms for about 25 minutes. And then I try to do 5 or 6 sets of sit-ups. It takes me about 2 hours. So I try to time it where I finish up, when we're going to get out. So I can go jump in the shower and, I take more showers. They give me a joke with me. I take more showers than, how I always took 2 showers a day, morning and night.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Are you taking more?
What?
More than that? Are you taking more than that now?
Well, it depends on when sometimes I exercise twice if I get sweaty. Then I do.
So when you're in your room, you're by yourself. But then when you can get out, you're with other people?
That's right.
I gotcha.
That's exactly right.
So y'all have a TV, is that right?
Yeah, there's a TV.
But they don't let you can just watch sports, or what can y'all watch?
Oh yeah, you can watch anything you want, but it only has 22 channels.
So do they have Fox News?
Do they have what?
Do they have Fox News?
Yeah, they have Fox News. They have Fox News, they have CNN, they have the Weather Channel, the Learning Channel, FX, USA, TBS, ION, and then 3 major channels. ABC, NBC, and Fox, and then maybe one or two other channels, and that's about it. I think it's 20 channels. But hey,
so
what?
Who gets to say what channel y'all watch?
Whoever the baddest ass is. I'm teasing. No, I mean, like the dudes in my pod don't care. We usually agree on what to watch. We watch Brawl. There's one dude likes to watch The Price is Right in the morning, but you know, me and other boys play chess, just to kill time and stuff.
Well,
anyway.
I was asking that because I was surprised you didn't know about the Omicron, the news.
About what?
The Omicron, which is the new variant of Corona.
Yeah, they don't like to watch the news too much. I put it on the news some.
Gotcha.
Is that omnivirus a big deal?
Yeah, it's a real big deal. Like, our church just went back to being virtual because they're so freaked out about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, and I mean, a lot of people have. I mean, I know of several families that got it over break.
Was it worse than the original one, or just?
No, I think, they feel bad for a day or two, but, it's people that have been vaccinated that are getting it. Church,
yeah.
It's like beating the vaccines. But Bubba and Margaret Helping have it right now.
I'm not sure these vaccines. I don't know.
Well, I think that they help, but they might.
Sure, they definitely minimize the symptoms.
Yeah.
And help, for sure. So, all right. Well, John's doing okay?
Yep, he's getting geared up. This weekend we have me and Marvin's skeet shooting tournament.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's been practicing with her.
That sounds good. You doing okay?
Yeah, just, plugging along.
Worn out from the holidays?
Yeah, it was, New Year's Eve was a lot, but,
What'd y'all do for New Year's Eve?
Well, we just went to the farm and, just probably drank too much, but it was all worth it.
Had a big hangover?
Yeah, big hangover, but then we did it up again the next day. Boston and Kinsley had a party, so we went over to their house. It was just during the day. And it was with kids too, so it was not as well, but I'm definitely glad to be back in the schedule.
Buster and them had a good time at GCSE, sounded like. Nice to do that.
Yeah, I'm glad that they could get together with their friends and not have a 7-year-old tagging along.
I think he likes that most of the time.
Well,
I know he likes it all of the time till you get worn out. Damn little one can wear you out, can't it?
Yeah, and certainly Randolph is known to do that. He did lose a tooth. I guess it was maybe December 30th, but he was pretty pumped up about that. It's his front top tooth.
So, anyway, all right. Well, I couldn't really talk when I called last night, and I didn't want to think I was being rude, so I wanted to make sure I called you today when I had time. So, thank you for everything, and I'll be in touch soon, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, tell all the little ones I said hello, and I hope to see y'all soon, maybe.
Okay, that would be great.
All right, love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
What you doing?
I'm over here in Belfair.
How'd you play? That's what I wanted to ask you real quick.
Play good.
What'd you shoot?
78.
You're shitting me.
No.
Huh?
Yeah.
Shot 78 at Belfair?
Yeah.
That's a hard course, Buster. You must have hit it good.
I did hit it good. I've been playing good recently. I shot a 76.
Did you hit it long?
Yeah.
All right.
I hit it averagely long. I played it really
I'm scared I might not be able to call tonight, so I just wanted to call you and see how you played and hope you had a good time. Are y'all done?
Yeah, we're done playing golf, and now we're here with the people that are in their house in Belfair, and everyone's coming over and we're going over to eat dinner at the clubhouse and stuff like that.
Man, that sounds fun. All right, well, you go. Tell Brooklyn I got a letter. I haven't been able to read it yet, but I will.
Okay.
And I'm glad you played good.
Thank you.
I'm glad you had a good day, man. You deserve a good day.
Yes, sir.
With all the crap you've had. I love you so much.
All right, I love you, too.
I'll try to call tonight, but I doubt we're going to be able to. Love you.
Okay. Love you, too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hey.
Hey.
What you doing?
Sitting in Brooklyn's condo doing some work.
Cool. You had a really good day yesterday?
Yeah, we had a good time.
Who all played?
Me and 3 fellas by the name of Tim, Brett, and Lee.
So which one was the one that works? I thought these people that worked at Brooklyn's office.
No, these are the females work at Brooklyn's office, but these are just their, husbands.
No, I know that. So what about that girl that Brooklyn works with so closely?
She wasn't. Her husband didn't play either.
What's her name?
Elisa.
Alyssa what?
I don't know.
Yeah. None of their husbands play though?
Well, no, they do. It's just not who was invited.
I got you. So were they nice guys?
Yeah.
Your age?
No. These are your age people.
I got you.
And these are old people.
Old people? What you talking about? I said, you talking about Randy?
Not this week. Why?
I'm just trying to figure out what else is going on with the law firm.
I think a lot. I know people have quit and they're changing the name of it.
Like, who quit?
William, I think.
Really? I hate that. I have to figure out what I can do to try to make it right. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't think there is anything, so.
Well, there's got to be something I can do.
I got you.
Of course, I'm not sure what the deal was. I'm not sure he was totally happy there anyway. Because he wouldn't join in the building and all that.
Don't know.
No, I don't either. All right. Well, I'll let you get back to work. I just want to call and say hello.
Simple.
Tell Brooklyn thank you for the letter.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let her know that you got it. Well, I already told her that you got it, but I told her that you hadn't read it.
Well, I knew I couldn't read it, with everybody around.
That's okay. Whatever you want to do.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just want to say, hey, I love you. I'll check up with you soon, okay?
All right.
Are you okay, Buzz?
Yeah.
All right. You always say that. You act like nothing's... I don't know. I worry about you so much.
Simple.
All right. I love you, bud.
All right. Love you. Talk to you later.
Bye. Hey, bud.
Hey.
What you doing?
Nothing. Brooklyn and I are about to run errands.
Oh, yeah? You stayed with her last night?
Yeah.
Well, good. Did y'all do anything fun?
We went to Rebecca's baby shower.
How was that, bud?
It was fun.
I don't know too many people have baby showers when they, I guess this really isn't an illegitimate baby. She's with the boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
So are they getting married?
They are.
Oh, they are? They engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Where was it? Whose house was it at?
Tracy's house.
They built a house, right?
I don't know.
Was it a nice house?
Yeah.
I think that... What's that boy's name?
Jason.
Yeah, he comes from a good family.
I don't know much about him.
Was he nice?
Yes.
Yeah, he's this Wyman Wall's son. Did you see a bunch of your old friends?
Yeah.
Was it okay?
Yeah, everything was good.
Well, good. How's Brookie?
She's good.
What y'all been doing all morning?
Nothing. We haven't been doing anything. We've been sitting in bed, ordered breakfast and stuff like that.
Did y'all get home late?
No, we got home probably 10:30.
Back to Hilton Head?
Yeah.
What time did it start?
It started at 5:30. We probably stayed until 7. Then we went to Rogan's house in Allenton and hung out until 9, and then we left and came back here.
Went to Rogan's house?
Yeah.
10-4. So y'all had a good night?
Yeah.
Good. Anything else going on?
Nah, not really. I'm leaving today to go to Columbia. I've got to work in Charlotte this week. And then I'm going to go and start packing up some stuff. I'm moving out of my apartment.
You're not going to keep it?
I don't have the money to keep it.
But do you want to keep it?
I mean, it's not plausible to keep it, so no.
I mean, I'll give you the money if you want to spend it on that. I don't disagree. It doesn't make a lot of sense if you aren't going to use it till at least August.
So yeah, just working on that, I guess.
All right. Well, are you okay?
Yeah.
Brooklyn okay?
Yeah.
Buster, and remember now, you just got to tell me, I mean, we'll figure out getting you money. You let me know what funds you need, and I'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So, all right, you sound like are y'all in the car?
No.
Where'd you order breakfast from?
McDonald's.
Oh, you went out and got it?
No.
How did you order it from McDonald's and get it bring to you?
There's a delivery service that goes and picks up food from restaurants, and they'll bring it to you.
For real?
Yeah, it's like a third-party delivery
What do
service.
they charge?
Well, they offer like a subscription, and if you subscribe to it, you pay $10 a month.
You kidding me?
And well, no, it's free but I purchased a thing where I don't get delivery fees because I use it pretty often if I'm on the road.
$10 a month?
Well, that's just for what I do. You don't have to pay that.
I mean, that's cheap to get food delivered to you anytime. And you don't pay a delivery fee?
Not if you pay for that. It's not if you pay for that. It's called a Dash Pass. If you pay
What's
for that,
the name of the service?
DoorDash.
Damn. All right, so y'all just hanging out at Brooklyn's apartment?
Well, I mean, we're about to go run some errands, and then I'll probably get on the road. I've got to go back to Oakland, and then I've got to go to Columbia, so.
10-4, can I speak to Brooklyn?
Yeah. You want to talk to Dad? You want to talk to Dad? You can say no.
Yeah, she can say no.
Hello.
Hey, darling.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Is it a bad time?
Oh, no, sir. I was cleaning my counters off. Buster's a little messy.
Well, thank you so much for my letter. The letters, I can't tell you how much I appreciate. Buster told you I got them, right?
Oh, yes, sir. He did.
Good. Everything's still going okay?
Yeah, it's good. Work was crazy at the end of the year, but everybody has to change everything at the end of the year, but it's slowing down a little bit. That's good.
I can imagine. Well, that's a good thing, though. That means they need you in demand.
Yes, sir.
Have you gotten some of your own clients yet?
No, not yet. I still have a time to learn before I can do all that.
Well, that's a harder field to develop clients in than, like real estate or even what we do, I mean, it's just a lot harder to get clients.
Yeah.
Because, not everybody needs that kind of work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a more limited field, number one, and but it'll happen. It'll happen. I know you're doing a great job, and you know what? You're going to get people's confidence, and then they're going to start referring you business, and you're going to do great.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
There's no doubt. All right, well, I just wanted to say, hey, love you.
Love you, too.
Ella.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, bud. I'll let you go. Y'all have a good day. I might try to call you later if I'm free.
Okay.
Is anything else going on?
Like what?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, what do you
Anything
mean?
I wouldn't know about.
I don't know.
10-4. All right. I love you.
All right. Love you, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Alec.
Oh, I'm on the phone.
Hey, Alec.
Hey.
You been doing
Can you hear me?
okay?
Yeah, I'm doing
can.
all right.
Yeah, I hadn't heard from you in a while. I was starting to worry about you.
Talks and stuff. Say again?
I said I hadn't heard from you in a while, so I was starting to worry about you.
Nah, everything's good.
I did send you, I wrote you a card with some pictures in it from Christmas, and thought I had mailed it, but just found it in one of my folders of all the stuff I had to do. So it's going to go out in the mail today.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yep.
There's just too much to call during the holidays.
I know, just a lot going on, and I know y'all probably have a lot of restrictions on phone time and all that stuff too, but also just emotional stuff. So I get that.
So everything's going okay? Trey sent me a nice little note.
Yeah, he after we got that letter from you at Christmas, he wrote that and asked me to mail it to you. So
Tell him thank you so much. I appreciated it so much.
yeah, you're fun, and you know he knows it's a hard time, but I'll let him know. I did talk to Barbara. He's doing good. Ready to get a job closer to home instead of up in North Carolina, but he's doing okay.
How's Barbara?
I did talk to Barbara, and she did get your letter. She had not gotten it at first, but then she got it after a while, and she's doing good. I think she had a hard time with Christmas too. You know, we all kind of did, but she was missing Frank and Daddy both, and so just trying to get through that. She didn't come socialize with us as much as she normally does, but we talked to her on the phone and went by and took her present. So,
how's Mama?
She's about the same. We were there Saturday, and she actually was a little more coherent than she normally is. You know, we could understand some of what she was saying. It still didn't make a whole lot of sense. The babies were needing to be watched and that kind of thing, but you know, she's still about the same, and that's right now about as good as we can get. You know, we'll make sure she's comfortable and not having any physical issues, and so
everybody else is good.
Yep, everybody's doing good. Alan and I are getting ready to get our own dog. We like Reese's puppy so much we decided we're gonna get one. So
you getting one of them Labradoodles?
Yeah, it's a golden doodle, which is a golden retriever and a poodle. Yeah. Yep, that's what it is. You know my allergies are so bad, so
they don't shed, do they?
No, they don't shed, and they don't have the dander that the regular golden retriever has. So we're going to go pick it out this coming weekend. So one more thing for me to take care of.
Well, you'll enjoy that.
But, yeah, it'll be good, and I need to get me up off the couch. I did talk to Randy. We were there. I went by there Saturday. We had to cut some bushes down at Lips and stop by Randy's on our way from Mama's to Lips' house, and he's doing good. And just kind of, you know, I think he's a little overwhelmed with all the paperwork between Daddy's estate and taking care of Mama's guardianship and all that kind of stuff. It's just a lot of stuff going on. So
I tried to call him just a little bit ago, but I didn't get him.
Yeah, he texted me earlier today about the insurance on Dad's truck, making sure we had added hours and they could take that one off. But I responded to him, and he ain't responded back to me, so you know how that goes. I never know exactly how communicative he's going to be because he's got so much going on.
Well, tell everybody I said hello, and I'll talk to you again sooner. I won't, you know, with everything, just with the holidays and all.
I know.
And so you take care of yourself and make sure you're staying safe in there. I know you look like you had a whole lot more scrapes and bruises from on the screen yesterday when we saw you.
Like anything.
So you just need to make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Oh yeah, I bumped my head on the table. It wasn't any big deal. So
Okay.
all right, I'll talk to you soon, and I love you.
Okay, I love you too, Alec. Take care of yourself.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
What you doing?
nothing at work?
You need to go?
No.
How's everything?
It's all right.
You in Charlotte?
Yeah.
You see any of your buddies while you were up there?
I went to Jack's house yesterday and watched the first half of the national championship.
Where's he living? In Chester?
Yeah, Chester.
How far is that from Rock Hill? From Charlotte.
Like half an hour.
That's all?
Yeah.
Was it a good game?
Yeah, it was all right.
Did you think Georgia was going to win?
I didn't really make a prediction. It didn't matter to me really either way.
Yeah. How's Jack?
Seemed to be doing all right.
What y'all do, cook something?
Nah, I picked up a pizza and ate that.
All right, well, good. It's just the two of you?
Yeah.
How's work going?
It's good.
10-4. Was there a lot of stuff on TV yesterday?
Yeah.
Because of that hearing?
Yeah.
I guess you talking a bunch of trash.
Nah, it's just, they covered it all and then they just report on it all.
10-4. What else did they say?
I didn't read a lot of it.
10-4. All right, well, I just wanted to check, make sure you're doing okay.
All right.
Brooklyn okay?
Yeah, she's good.
All right, I love you.
All right, love you.
You having a bad time?
What?
You having a bad time?
What do you mean?
You just sound like you're a little bit down in the dumps.
No, I wouldn't say explicitly I'm having a bad time.
No, I know you got the weight of the world on you right now, for sure. And I hate it. And I wish it was more than anything there's something I could do about it right now.
Yeah.
I promise you. Yeah.
But moving forward, I think that these conversations on this phone should be nothing more than surface level. And if you have something of,
You talking about that stuff they were saying at the hearing yesterday?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Every single phone call I get on, I know they're listening to it.
I just kind of thought it was more something that was said and wouldn't exactly be utilized, but I can see that I was wrong. So if there's something of substance you want to talk to me about, just write me a letter and I'll write it back.
Well, all of that stuff is really just taking snippets and making it, that's just advocating as lawyers, which...
I understand that, but not very much of my life is private, and the more I can keep private, the more I would like to.
I understand that totally, for sure. For sure. Did you not believe me when I told you they were listening to every phone call?
Well, there's a thing that comes up and says, all phone calls are recorded, but I don't know. I just didn't. I guess there was some kind of denial that I really thought that nobody would really take every single phone call. I guess not.
I knew they were listening to every single one of them. So anyway, all right. Well, I just wanted to check in with you and make sure you're okay.
All right.
All right. I love you. I'll be in touch. Give Brooklyn a hug. When are you gonna be? Tell me that you're gonna be in Charlotte through Thursday.
Yeah, all week.
And then what's you doing this weekend?
We're going to a concert.
Oh yeah, Mayor Marvin sent me a note. Who is that? Who's the concert person?
He's someone named Riley Green. He's just a kind of a country music singer, not too big, not too small.
Where's he playing?
Savannah.
At that little Civic Center or whatever?
It's like the in-market arena or whatever.
Well, that'll be fun. Is that somebody you like?
Yeah, he's good.
All right, well, go enjoy it.
All right.
All right, I'll be in touch before then. Have you talked to Randy lately?
Talked to him on Monday morning.
Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's all right.
All right, I tried to call him a minute ago, but I couldn't get him.
Good for.
All right, John Marvin doing okay?
Yeah.
How'd Mary Marvin doing her skeet shoot?
I don't think she did too well.
She did?
I think she shot like a little bit over 50%.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a good day, and I'll call you again soon, okay?
All right.
I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Hey, man.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Am I catching you at a bad time?
No, I'm walking out. Come on, Abby. I was in the kitchen getting a glass of tea before I went to lunch, and I was just talking to some of the guys about. Were you in the courtroom when Tommy Moore said that he wouldn't be surprised if your family members would show up with a gun to shoot him?
Yeah. I wasn't.
Did he say that?
I was on TV.
I'd like to know who the freaking list is, Bo. That he thinks. Are you still there?
Yeah.
I'd like to know who the hell I am on the freaking list. You know, who the hell does he think Buster's going to show up? Or John?
I don't know. You know, they were saying a bunch of stuff about people being threatened and same old stuff, man, you know. I did think Dick did pretty good with that, you know, all this rumor and innuendo that he said, you know, if somebody's threatening somebody, indict them. Don't just come in here and say, hey, there's all this stuff going on, because they said that last time, but anyway, I mean, I don't know. I think some of that, anyway. Hey, I've been wanting to call you, but I didn't know what to say.
Well, just, you know, obviously a lot going on, but
right.
As you know.
I didn't.
Anyway.
Told me a lot of stuff that was going on that I didn't know. I'm sorry you're having to go through that. I'm sorry all y'all are.
Well, Bo, you know, it just seems like every time we turn around, there's something else coming up. And I know it seems that way with you as well.
Well, how about this? How about I've been thinking a lot about, you know, I know you had said stuff about that bank. I put some thought into some things on that, and I'll talk to Jim and them about some things that I remember over the years that were, you know, odd or unusual or whatever. And hey, y'all think about whatever I can do to help, that I can do or whatever, irrespective of the charges. You think of anything that I can do to help that situation?
Well, and I don't know what it is, but, you know, with regard to issues like, you know, who you dealt with, you know, on those accounts and stuff like that, I mean, just as much information, as much truthful information as you can remember, if you could pass along and tell them to pass it along, you know? I mean,
yeah, there's definitely some things that I...
And it's not just for us, it's for other victims as well, you know? So, you know, because there's liability on behalf of Bank of America, you know, for what they did, unquestionably. So, in any event, whatever information you can pass along would be good.
Well, and, you know, if y'all figure out anything that I can do, irrespective of these charges or say or whatever. I mean, whatever, anything that I can do. I'm not talking about say something that's not true, but anything I can say that's true that might help. That, really and truly, I mean, I hate y'all are dealing with that.
Yeah. Well, Bo, I mean, I don't know what you can say or do.
What do people think, that people at the law firm knew something about all this?
I don't know. I don't know about all that. But irrespective, people think your law firm ought to pay for everything you've done. I mean, Bo, we just took out I don't know exactly what the total was, but almost a $5 million loan. The partners, that to handle the business affairs. And Bo, Primary State Bank wouldn't even loan the money. With all of us signing on guaranteeing, there would be. Can you imagine the denial of that loan? They said no.
To Primary State Bank?
Yeah. Obviously it wasn't Russell. Obviously Russell had been terminated.
I don't know. What's the deal with that?
Was his termination?
Yeah.
Well, no, he was PR on a lot of those cases that he stole that money on. He's declined it. He's the person in charge. His duty is to make sure that stuff's done properly.
Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all put heads together and figure out what I need to do to help with some of this stuff.
I mean, I don't know what you do or say. You know what I'm saying?
No. Put some thought into it.
I think there are people out there that are pushing to have him charged criminally, and that's just a third and fifth hand. What I'm hearing, but I don't know if that's true or not. But that's what I'm being told, is that the people that want to have him charged criminally. I don't know, man. I just hate it. I hate it for him. Listen.
I do too, but be thinking if there's anything that I can do, irrespective of.
Hey, but I don't know what you mean, though. I don't know what you mean by that, honestly. I mean, and I'm not trying to be, obviously.
Anything I can. I don't know. I mean,
the stuff. I don't know the stuff. It seems like every time we turn around, something else is coming up. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what there is to do or say.
I don't know if there's some, tell the story, make a statement, whatever. Just try to set, whatever.
I just don't know. My understanding, there's more big news media getting ready to run stuff very, very soon. I don't know. I guess I'm talking about Netflix coming into town and ABC getting ready to run something else. I don't know whether that's true or not, but
I'm trying to figure out how to just move forward. It seems like every time, Anyway, I'll talk with Jim and Dick.
Yeah, I just don't know. There's no good answer, but in any event. When it's all said and done, I'd ask a question about the trust that's divided 7 ways and dividing that out and how that would be used. But there's no way for me to call and communicate to you, number one, but But then when I talk to people who can communicate with you, I wonder what's getting relayed back. In other words, is it full question, the full story? So I don't know what you want. I'm kind of at a loss. But as trustee of trust, other beneficiaries, owe duties to them. So we got to move forward. And the question is what happens with yours. So that's what I had talked to you about before.
Right.
And so anyway, I'm not real clear what you want to do about that.
All right. Well, I'm not totally clear either, but I'll get you an answer.
All right, man. So how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just day by day. I'm doing as good as can be under the circumstances. I just hate all that shit's going on, and I can't really help Dick and Jim go through stuff and answer questions. I don't know. I'd like to move past all this and get, deal with it, But anyway, I'm doing all right.
Hey, buddy, you ever talk to the Brandstetters?
But I try to, but I don't get to talk to them, no, because they don't know how to get the thing set up.
Are they not trying, or they don't want to talk, or do they?
Technology.
Not.
Buster. I communicate through Buster, but I was supposed to get with them over the holidays, and Buster was going to set up an account, but I couldn't call.
Yeah. I got you.
I couldn't call them over the holidays.
You talking about you couldn't get yourself to call them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
why you asked me that?
Well, I just was wondering. I just didn't know if you had any communication with them. Anything about what. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Just whether you had communications, whether you were talking to them. I tell you what made me think about it is, you're talking about moving on, and I know there was a bond hearing apparently yesterday. I don't know what the end result of that is, but I just remember that you had said you could go down and stay with them, and Dick was going to reach out to them, but I just didn't know if he had or had not. I haven't talked to them since you were in the hospital in Savannah, and I was thinking I need to reach out to them. But, yeah.
With this COVID stuff going on and all this new stuff, I don't know.
What you mean?
I mean, their age, they're higher risk, I understand this thing's running crazy out there now. Is that not right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But anyway, I'll try to get Buster. I've written them several times, and I've talked to him through Buster sort of, and through Lizzie a little bit, but I haven't actually spoken with him since right before I left rehab.
Right.
Did y'all get my letter?
Yeah, at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure did. I appreciate you sending that. Apparently you sent letters out to see that many people. Barbara was so very excited to get hers as well.
Well, I'll be in touch. Love you.
All right, man. Love you too. Hope everything will be as well as can be.